Hi there, this is Kenneth Stahl, and I think that at one point or another in each of our lives, we ask ourselves the question, why am I not happy? And then we look for answers. What does it take to become happy? How can I achieve happiness? And I think the first thing to realize is that at every single moment in your life, you have the opportunity to be happy. It's just a matter of being aware of how to put yourself in a situation, how to control the way that you feel, how to be on top of things. And a lot of times it's just um, as simple as asking yourself, what does make me happy? And you have to ask yourself that because a lot of times we fail to recognize the things that have already worked. Sometimes you have to look to the past and think about times when you were happy and trying to figure out exactly what it was that made you happy. The other thing to realize is that there are different types of happiness. For example, peacefulness is not the same thing as confidence, and there might be a different kind of happiness that comes from just being around friends and family and having social interactions, whereas there might be a different kind of happiness that comes from watching a movie that's funny or just being a part of some sort of comedy. I would also like to say that one way that you could be happy in your life is by choosing to be thankful for things, choosing to think about things that make you thankful, rather than spending time thinking about things that you're jealous of, things that you don't have. Um, I think that if you spend a lot of time thinking about the things that you don't have, is going to make you feel worse about yourself, and you're not going to be happy in your life because you think that you never get what you want. So why would you be happy? I think that one of the ways that we can actually solve a problem that we have um, is by just getting what you want. It's fulfilling your desires. Sometimes people are unreasonable. Sometimes you're asking too much of yourself. So it is important to evaluate whether or not the things that you want, if they're achievable, or if you have the bar set too high, if you're expecting too much of yourself, you have to sometimes just lower your standards a little bit. But if there are things that are reasonable, things that you actually want to do, things that you know are going to make you happy if you get them, then it's just a challenge to figure out a way to make those things real. Is to take that idea, the thing that you're imagining to get, and then pursuing it, and then finally getting it. There's a great sense of happiness that comes from fulfillment, achieving what you want, getting what you want, doing the things that are will make you happy. Because I think there's a misconception out there that money can't buy you happiness and material things don't make you happy. But the truth of it is that those things do make you happy. I know when I bought a new car recently that I was extremely happy driving it because it was the most luxurious and most expensive car that I've ever had in my life. Now, I don't come from a lot of money. I don't make a lot of money right now. So this is a nice car for my level of income, and I was really happy after getting it because I reached a new point in my life that I've never been at before. So sometimes it's not actually about the high costly piece of technology, as it is how getting that thing changes the way that you perceive yourself. So one way to understand this is to think about the first time you ever do anything. I know there's a point where I was really depressed in high school, and I was depressed because my grades were less than perfect. I didn't have a girlfriend. I was always wishing that I was better at the sports I was in. I was wishing that I could just be done with school. I was wishing that I could just be 18, be away from my parents. And you know what happened? I actually got all the things that I wanted. There came a point where I did graduate. There came a point where I worked on my grades. I got up to a point where I was happy. I did better in all my extracurricular activities. I got a girlfriend. Everything happened that I wanted to happen. I recently moved out of my parents' house, so I'm living on my own. So I fulfilled all of those things that I wanted. And the reason why those things were so important to me, the reason why they brought me happiness is because I said I wanted them and then I got them. So there was a pursuit of it. I was trying to get it, and then I finally got it. And some people use this as an excuse to not go for their dreams. They use it as an excuse to not buy things with money that will make them happy, because they think that, well, once I get that thing, then what? Because I'm only going to be happy in that moment. And I would say, of course you're only going to be happy for a moment, because happiness is temporary. You have to, this is why I'm trying to say that at every single moment you have the opportunity to be happy. Because if you aren't constantly doing things to make yourself happy, if you're not thinking happy thoughts, fulfilling your desires, or being thankful for things, if you're not doing that all the time, then your emotions will be hijacked by some other feeling, like a fear, negativity, jealousy. So no matter what you do in your life, there's always the opportunity for you to either be happy or to be feeling something else. So once you've gotten that thing that you've always wanted, you've fulfilled that part of your life, you've fulfilled a desire, you then need to ask yourself, well, what do I do next? Because you got it, you're happy for a moment, but that happiness will fade away if you don't do something. So you have to use your imagination. Imagine, what could you now do with your life to make you happy? What could you pursue? What could you be thinking about right now? What could you be doing that would make you a better person? And this is something that we should be doing all the time. We should simultaneously be fulfilling things at the moment that we planned maybe a year ago, or a month ago, or yesterday, or maybe an hour ago. We just do the things that we say we're going to do. And as you do them, you plan ahead for things you want to do in the future. So you're always looking forward to something, and you're always looking back on something. So you're always happy about what you did, and then you're excited about what you're going to do. And that excitement for the future is a kind of happiness. And it's almost like you're in a transitioning phase from who you were to who you're becoming. And as long as you're happy with everything that you do, as long as you do things that you love to do in your life, that's what's going to make you happy. You know, it's weird as I talk, because it all does boil down to that one thing, that you just have to love yourself, and that everything you do has to be something that you love to do. If you're not doing something that you want to do during the day, every single day that you wake up, if you're not doing things that you love, you won't be happy. And I think that's why a lot of us are unhappy, because we're not actually doing what we want to do. We might be listening to what society tells us, what our family and friends tell us they want us to be, and we're not listening to ourselves as much. So as long as you are keeping yourself in check, as long as you're not being irrational, as long as you're being sensible, then I think that you should always be listening to your desires and doing things that'll make yourself happy in that way, and then you will be happy. I would also like to add that the longer you wait for something, it's almost like the happier you'll become once you get it. That wait is so important, and I guess, you know, for somebody who doesn't have something for a long time and then you finally get it, you will almost appreciate it more because you didn't take it for granted. You never took it for granted that you would have something. Like for me, I didn't have a girlfriend for the longest time in my life. Like everybody else I was going to school with were getting in and out of relationships. So when I finally got a girlfriend, I was like, you know, this doesn't come around that often. I should probably do the best I can to keep her as my girlfriend. And it's like, I appreciated it more because I never took her for granted, because I always knew that there would be a chance that it never could have happened in the first place. So I think if we have this mindset about life, to say that, you know, we should never take life for granted, because it could always be taken away for us at any given moment, that there is a chance that we could not even have this experience of life right now, and just to be alive, we should be grateful for it. So just be happy, be grateful when you do get the things that you get. That's pretty much what I'm saying. So I hope that you liked this video. I hope that I said some things that made sense, and I hope that by using the things that I said, by thinking about this, you can achieve happiness in your life by, you know, just being aware at every single moment of what you can do that will make you happy, and just being aware of how you're feeling and listening to yourself, and just always do things that you actually want to do. You know, if you have a reason to get up in the morning, if you have a reason to be going about your day and you plan on doing it, then when you do the things that you say you want to do, you'll just be happier. So that's it for this video. My name is Kenneth Stahl. Please subscribe to this YouTube channel to watch more of my videos whenever I upload them. And then also be sure to share this video, and then check out my Facebook page. The links are in the description of this video. And I'll see you in my next video. Thanks for watching.